Did you know that there are more than 6 billion smartphone users all over the world this year? And businesses are taking advantage of people going mobile. More and more apps are being developed and need to be tested. Currently, the top three mobile app categories for both Android and iOS are games, business, and education. And I think we all know what triggered the demand for this. Hi, I am Michelle Lagare, founder and president of Kiwi360. We provide fully managed testing services for web and mobile applications. These include manual and automation, usability, performance, and security testing. Today, I'll be talking about testing mobile applications in 2021. But before I share how we test mobile apps in Kiwi360, let me identify the considerations. First, it is important to always look back for whom the application is being developed for and design it accordingly. You also need to think of the devices you are supporting, as well as their OSs, screen sizes, cameras used, etc. Understand where your app is going to be used. Are your users mostly in cities, provinces, or different countries? Is the internet strong in those areas? Does your application require the fastest internet speed for the transactions to push through? And what are the users saying about your competitors? Are they getting the best user experience, or they are looking for a better alternative? And you might be thinking, what about budget and timeline? We will remove those from our considerations as those vary in different projects. Now that we have listed our considerations, we should identify our focus areas. Quality assurance analysts and quality engineers or QEs should focus on these three areas when testing mobile apps in 2021. Of course, functionality is the first of the three. If the mobile app is not functioning, then there's no need to bother for user experience, speed, and security. Most QAs and QEs focus on making sure it's functional. But now that there are more competitors and picky users, we should also think about the user experience. Do you know why your users are abandoning their carts, inactive in their games, or not downloading your updates? Maybe they've already switched to your competitor, or it's possible that it's not usable for them. Do they feel secure with your app? Or do they feel it's slow or fast? Since I only have 8 minutes for this, I will no longer discuss what is obvious, but will emphasize the tests that are mostly left out. Let's start. First, with functionality. Functional testing has always been the first thing and main focus when testing any app for the right reasons, especially now. If the app that you are currently using is not working, it's so easy to switch to a different app. What is usually done at the latter part or sometimes neglected is conducting the functional tests across different devices, OSs, and sizes. Others forget to conduct interruption, multitasking, and recovery testing. These are crucial tests as they happen often to our end users. If you are testing financial technologies, conducting various financial transactions should be part of your regular test runs. Validate that all the listed transactions still work across different banks and merchants. And don't forget to test your physical cards as well. Can you still top up your account using tapping and scanning methods? Aside from installation, we should also be thinking of updates. There are mandatory updates and optional updates. Are we checking if the update works on our different OSs? How about the older OSs? Or can we go back to older versions? And are we updating the Play Store and App Store description and screenshots when there are changes? And since games and health apps are very popular, we should test GPS, accelerometers, and gyroscopes. And do not forget to test different mobile gestures. The second main focus is user experience. Let's first talk about biometrics. More applications are now integrating with biometrics, from fingerprints and facial recognition to voice recognition. For the fingerprint scanners, try different speed and pressure. For the cameras, take pictures in different lighting conditions. This would impact the usability of your application. The new breed of chatbots is intelligent. They should be tested if they can recognize vocal, tone, accent differences, and should be able to carry a conversation even if you use slang words. Since the game is the most popular app downloaded for both Android and iOS, we should consider ads. How often do we see them? Ads can bring business to the company, but they can be annoying to the users if they show too often. When you pay for no ads, is it completely removed? How much battery is used every time we use a certain app? Is our app battery draining? Does it make our phone heat up when we use or even not use them? Check for background processes and understand if it's necessary to run them that often. But one sure way to really understand what the users are experiencing is by listening to them. Check your App Store and Play Store reviews. Go through your product's Facebook group or page to read their comments and analyze your customer support reports. Through this, you'd know what they are experiencing. Our third focus is the speed and security. I recently attended a fintech conference, and one of the speakers there said that they are building a super app that will serve the ASEAN market. That app is actually exciting to test. If we are to test that app, we will conduct network testing using their local telcos and native users on top of our automated functional tests running on the device farms located across the ASEAN countries, ensuring that every major transaction is done within acceptable speed. We cannot neglect these kinds of variables as they greatly affect the performance of our applications. Another thing that needs attention is data security. Users register to different applications, and we need to ensure that we are compliant with the laws of the countries we are serving. What happens to their data? Companies should have security and compliance SMEs who are up to date with the new vulnerabilities and compliance policies. Finally, we should validate that only those who agree to the terms and conditions will be processed, that we don't store data unnecessarily and we don't share those data to third parties. We cannot just check the text written on the terms and conditions, but we also need to make sure that they are practiced. If your company has its own operations and compliance teams, you should collaborate with them to ensure that you are all adhering to policies. I'm sure I could have discussed more ways to test the current mobile apps, but these are what I want to emphasize in this 8 minutes. If you have any questions or inquiries, do not hesitate to reach us out. Thank you and have a great day.